It's time for the Other Three Amigos podcast. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
Welcome to Season 5, Episode 42, Episode 304 of your multi-award winning podcast. I am your host for this week, Declan McCormack, and I'm joined by my other two amigos, as always, Mr. Carey and Mr. Mullins. Gentlemen, how are we feeling early on, before we get into things? How are we feeling? Anticipating a big pod?
I'd say 7 out of 10. I'm quite content, happy. I had a good weekend. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's see how I feel at the end. We should do this every week. How do we feel at the start? How do we feel at the end?
Interesting. See, I bring something new to the gig, like
7.25. I give myself as a rating.
7.25. And what you do over the weekend?
I was at Robbie Williams.
All right, okay.
Fantastic gig. It really was. Like 90,000 people there. It was unreal. Very enjoyable.
Oasis is better without a shadow.
I'm sure. Look, it's different strokes. Like, you know, like I loved Oasis too, but I couldn't get a ticket. So next best was to go to see Robbie.
Yeah. Look,
I was telling Declan earlier, like I got the train back, the dart back to the missus' family's house, and there was two lads. I'd say they were probably 16, 17. They'd be kind of D4 heads, you'd probably call them, and they were chatting away about football and Evan Ferguson, and then herself digs me in the side, and I listen in. They're talking about Cork City and how bad they've become, and how great we were years ago, and Cork were always great, and I just sat there going, I can't even challenge this. Like, what's the point? So I just sat there listening, and everything they said was spot on. Everything. That we've lost our way, that the fan base doesn't seem to care. And it's like, it was just hard to take.
I challenge that. I challenge the idea that the fan base doesn't care. The fan base cares and cares a lot. They've just been worn down. They've just been browbeaten into submission, basically. I that's the way I look at it, you know. And look, we'll get into some of this later on. I keep my thoughts for later on. Although I don't get to give my thoughts this week because I'm the host, so I'll just get to ask you guys, you know. Now, speaking of being the host, our friends in NordVPN were on to us, and they expressed massive concern at the current state of the club, and they reached out and asked if there was anything they could do for the fan base to help things along. And look, we said, look, guys, there's always people looking for VPNs, you know, on the cheap. So they gave us a massive bonus, you know. Sign up, 30-day money back, 4 bonus months free. Like, the price, genuinely, I looked last night, like, how are they making money off any of these gigs with the price? And they're basically giving the stuff away. So if you're looking for a VPN, if you just want to check things out, if you want to support companies who are greatly concerned with the state that Cork City finds itself in, head over to nordvpn.com/TOTAP and have a look there. There's bound to be something there for you, you know. But like,
people are going to think this is
that's some QVC shit right there. Fair play to you.
Fair that there's international companies out there concerned with the state the club is in and are willing to do something for the fan base.
Absolutely. And like, do you know what? Kudos to NordVPN for coming back on board, you know, supporting the Rebel Army.
Emilio,
supporting TOTAP. And, you know, people are going to think this is a completely made up story. No, I actually used the NordVPN TOTAP referral about a year and a half ago. The last time they had a sponsorship arrangement, and I still have it. And honest to God, it's actually very handy. Like, I moved to Sky Broadband there a couple of months ago. I do the whole switch every year, and there's certain stuff just doesn't work. You can probably guess what it is. And I use the VPN to get around it. And no, not just that. There's other stuff. But I probably use it like at least 3 or 4 times a week. It's dog handy.
I use Nord as well. I actually use Nord. And I use it. The main reason I know it's going to, probably shouldn't be saying this, you know, Trevor Welch has his Saturday show on TalkSport. I know this is a horrible thing to say. I actually really do enjoy TalkSport, but on a Saturday afternoon, it's geo-blocked. So I actually use NordVPN for that. And other things as Declan watches as well and stuff, but mostly I would use it probably twice a week, and I've tried them all, and I think Nord generally is, and it's going to sound like an advert, it is the best one.
And it is an advert, and that's okay too.
But it sounds like we're actually trying to. We're reading off a script. We're not like.
No, they've come to us and said, "Look, guys, we're really sorry about the state of the club. Is there anything we can do for the fan base?" And we've suggested that they give us a lot of money, and we've helped the fan base get cheap VPNs. And that's what we're doing. It's a trade off. So thanks a million to NordVPN. They'll be here next week as well. After that, then we'll see what happens. As always, the merch is there, guys. Thanks to everybody who's bought some. That can be found at shop.totap.ie. Deck, have we sold the North T-shirt yet? Like, how many people are in the draw now?
I come on now. KPMG are adjudicating this and supervising this. I can't be giving out these, private confidential numbers, breaking data protection and all that. Come on now.
Okay.
But I will say this, there are multiple ORC T-shirts got into circulation now, and it's great to see. I'm absolutely amazed. My wife is even more shocked and appalled at those that bought them. And do you know what? In your fucking faces.
Do you know what? We get the emails as well when the orders come
we
in.
do, yeah.
I don't think you're fooling anybody, Jack. But that's fair enough.
Come on, no lads.
I don't mind a bit of lying, a bit of exaggeration here. But I just say to anybody who buys an R T-shirt now, it's probably the cheapest way to get a season ticket for next year now, So,
it's a jersey. I didn't go season ticket. It's a jersey.
Jersey. Sorry. My apologies. Yeah, well,
Right.
Maybe if you bumped it up to a season ticket, you'd get more sales.
Look,
Now's your chance now.
I'll go to Jersey. And look, what about this idea, lads? Anyone who buys any TOTAP merch between maybe now and the end of August, we'll enter into a draw for a season ticket next year from TOTAP. What do you reckon? Put you on the spot now.
I'm okay with doing that. I've no problem. You know me, I spend money left, right and centre. Will the club sell us a season ticket?
That's the terms and conditions.
Well, the name on the ticket will be Lou Florpa or something like, we'll do
I love giving to charity, so let's give it to a supporter who needs it, someone who's put through the pain of next season.
Okay, we'll do that. So anybody, if you buy an ARC T-shirt, you'll get into both draws. If you buy any other,
imagine if you buy an ORC T-shirt and you won a jersey for next year and a season ticket. I mean, come on.
Do we retrospectively do this now for people who've already bought it?
Oh, yeah. Anyone who's bought anything. Yeah. Between now and the end of August, midnight up until the 1st of September, anyone who buys any merch at all from shop.totap.ie, there's mugs, there's T-shirts, hoodies, there's bottle openers, Wayne, I think I saw them, phone cases. They've actually been pretty popular as well. Nice one.
This is for the women's game now, the season ticket, yeah?
No.
No, it's cheaper. That's what I meant. I didn't mean it. I meant because it's cheaper.
Surely next season your season ticket would get you into boat anyway. They'll be joined up.
Yeah.
Drinking.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway,
but look, thanks everyone for supporting.
Yeah.
And as we said, we said this as well when we had that episode 300. Look, we set up a company now to kind of take in all this money and whatever that we get from Patreon, merchandise, etc.
All this money, Jesus.
Look, we do get it. It's few bob, and look, most of it does to keep the pod running. But we like to give back as well, and there'll be community initiatives, giveaways, prizes, that kind of stuff too.
Community initiatives. You're talking about fuck. How much money do you think we're making, lad?
Did you not do a drive?
You can't make community initiatives off fucking 50 spare quid a month,
Well, I know, but you can do things like, look, I suppose me paying for the ORC jersey competition says it all, but anyway, I can't overcommit, but didn't you do stuff there like the drive for 2K and, the charity thing with, Doherty's goals and...
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
but like we said, we made a conscious decision. We were moving away from doing that kind of thing.
We don't want to put any players under pressure. They're under enough pressure as it is.
I mean, anyway, we'll get to them as well in a minute, I suppose. Before we kick
guys, what if we did sponsor a load of players next season? We should probably try,
It's lads, yeah, you're just being facetious now, Scotty, because you know as well as I do.
I would love to see TOTAP on the programme again. This is a hand of...
And the website.
What's the word? A hand of
God.
Friendship, that's it. Here we go, TOTAP are Olive branch, that's the word I was looking for. We're giving a hand of an olive branch.
Well,
We're ready to sponsor again.
Okay. Do you give a hand of an olive branch? No, you took
I'm
a
not
hand
sure.
of an olive branch.
Extend the olive branch is what you're
That's
looking for.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. Well done, Declan, thanks.
Okay. Right, look, guys, just 10 solid minutes there of sales pitches and whatnot, like, so bust out your...
We did last week's episode in an hour and 4 minutes, and your man was giving us grief because he wasn't on it. And now he's back, and we're 15 minutes in, and it's been nonsense.
We're not 15 minutes. But come here, like, it's fun. Right,
how was SmackDown last week, Declan? We had it with you.
I didn't go in. And same as your situation with Oasis, just couldn't get tickets when they went on sale, and I wasn't interested in the Ticketmaster.
I'm going to smack down your arse now and fucking move on with the pod, right? Can we just... Christ. Okay, just give me... Jesus, please stop interrupting me. Give me 2 seconds, would you? Lads, this is serious. We're moving... Genuinely, we're moving into serious. We're moving into something
where Monday
serious.
Night Raw is on, and he's on with SmackDown and arses. Anyway, go on.
No, but seriously, lads, like... Okay, after last week's podcast finished, there was brilliant, fantastic news out of Dublin, and we all probably saw the video of young Josh Bradley ringing the bell in Crumlin Hospital, and, you know, declaring himself cancer-free, which is what the symbolic ringing the bell is. Everybody in TOTAP Tours just wants to take a minute to wish Josh, Bradley family, Steve and his wife, as I said, the whole family, but especially Josh, you know, years of good health and happiness and whatever else life has in store for him, because if you've ever been in Crumlin, which I have been once, it's a tough place to be. It's a tough place to see, and any day any child rings the bell is a great day. And as I said, we've had our differences with Stephen football-wise and whatnot, but Stephen's a parent with a son who was very, very ill, who is now recovered. And as I said, on a human level and a parenting level, you want to do nothing but wish the Bradley family the very best going forward. So, very best to everybody involved. And if Josh ever wants some Cork City gear, just give us a shout, Josh. We'll get it for you. We'll send it on to you, no matter whatsoever, you know. Your dad mightn't be happy, but look, he's never happy. So look.
It's magical, right? Like when I saw it last week, and, you know, the shit we go through as a club and stuff, and you see that, it just fills your heart.
Yeah.
Warmth, like, you know, like I said, I was in Temple Street with Mike Fella for a while. You were Crumlin. It's a tough place to be, and is it 3 years it was going on? It's like, yeah, like, fair play, and like, I'm delighted for him, and best luck going forward.
Fair play, yeah. And I know the family did a lot of fundraising, and you guys helped with some fundraising stuff in the past too, lads. So fair play. I wasn't on the pod that time, but I obviously observed all that stuff, and it's great news, and seeing the videos all over Instagram and socials and everything. And look, we've all seen him as well in unfortunately, it was Shamrock Rovers title celebrations, you know, but like, yeah, we've all come to know him and wish him all the best now. And yeah, great to see the videos and clips. So, yeah.
100%. 100%. So on we go with the pod, into Academy Watch Deck. Okay, from what I can see in the research I've done, the under-20s and the under-17s had no games. Our under-15s were beaten 4-1 by Cove Ramblers, and the under-14s were beaten 6-1 by the aforementioned Shamrock Rovers. Look, there's no point in saying anything. Look, you know, 14s and 15s is purely about development and playing and learning the ropes, so no slight on anybody connected with those teams. Hit the Commie Watch button, Deck.
Commie Watch with Ivan Draco on the Other Three Amigos podcast.
Not sure I have anything, lads. I'm not gonna lie to you, like. I'm not sure there was any communist activity this week. I just going like, What did they get up to? What was
There was something, all right, and I meant to put into the chat, and I can't remember what it is. I'll remember it after. There was something, all right, but I'm not sure. Is this something I'm supposed to say or not say? I can't remember. I actually can't remember.
Yeah, well, it's like...
We're getting better, lads.
That's good, but that's the
the
whole
club's
point.
fucked, but we're getting better.
It's good. Like, I mean, no, there was the golf day that nobody mentioned. You know, the annual golf day. We didn't do the thingamajiggies, the K Club, and the rest of this. But there was the traditional one that Philip Long's involved in organising. That was last Thursday before the Bohs game. But there was no coverage of it. There was no social media posts about it. There was nothing.
I didn't even know it was on.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Scotty?
Both. It's good because it's been kept out of the football eye. But again, it could be in the there could be some golf dark web somewhere where it's all been going on, like, do you know?
And do you know what? Knows? If you get a NordVPN, you might be able to find that golf dark web and have a look for yourself.
Do you know?
I did.
No, look here.
Was it on LinkedIn or anything like that? Because obviously it's targeted towards companies and small businesses and sponsors, you know.
Was it definitely on?
It was definitely on last Thursday.
I honestly, it's the first I've heard of it.
Let me just text my source there and we'll see. The old,
like the thing is, Deck, you mentioned LinkedIn there. I haven't been on LinkedIn in about 7 years, and I firmly believe that LinkedIn should be burnt to the ground.
Oh, it's the worst.
100%. Absolutely, it's a cesspit of just wankerism.
But there's been plenty of nonsense about the club and stuff like that, though, in the last season, this season especially, like, you know.
Can I just re-emphasize there that Scotty just declared LinkedIn a cesspit of wankerism? And I think we need to take a minute, but we need to take a minute to acknowledge it and enjoy that speech, Scotty. You know,
but you have to as well appreciate the fact that there are plenty of those that, you know, adhere to said wankerism on LinkedIn and they eat it up with spoons. Like, it's unbelievable.
It'll be you and me someday. Like, someday we're going to have to be the wanker on LinkedIn going, oh, this is me and look at me, I'm great at this. We're going to have to do it someday. And I'm fully aware and I will absolutely be that wanker on LinkedIn. No problem whatsoever. I've got several faces I can use, like, no problem at all.
Anything else for communism now? Just LinkedIn? Yeah, burn it to the ground. Yeah, but look, it's interesting for the folks. We're taking them down different avenues, you know, different things.
What's the? I saw some chatter that the jerseys have been out of stock for the last God knows how long. Doc Wayne, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, the home adult and kids kit is out of stock, which I find kind of bizarre. But we kind of made the point that, like, we can release next season's kit anytime we want. Still, it's either two ways. We didn't order enough stock. We can't get it, or we sold more than we thought we would. I'm hoping we sold more than we thought we would. But not to have it in stock this is in August. It's not really acceptable.
But weren't we supposed to be in control of our own destiny in terms of
we are, but he probably has to order. The club probably have to order like 1,000 kits at a time. Like, I don't think they can get 50 kits. Maybe they can, but that's my guess. Is that this kind of stuff? The more you order, the less it costs. But surely there's a batch of these jerseys somewhere they can grab.
The worry about it is, like, I know what you're saying there, Wayne, about like this, bring out next year's jersey or whatever, but that might not be ready. Then we have this kind of, it's a strange position we're in where, like, we might be in a position where we qualify for the cup final, like we're going to beat Harps and then get a home game against Sligo. Maybe, like, that's our best hope. You never know, that kind of one-off game. Like,
I know.
The bad thing is, right, we've painted this as a good thing for the club, and it's the one good thing that is going well. And in August, we've none of them left.
Yeah.
And then someone in the forum actually made a point that, is it really that good? Because look at Bohs what are doing and what Rovers are doing with all the jersey sales. It's actually the same as normal. We ran out of kits early.
Yeah.
This happened with Adidas, it's happened with Nike, it happened with every brand. Going back to Le Coq Sportif, it's gone all the way back. And we're in the same situation.
You go on the website as well. I just did it there now, and you scroll down a little bit, and it's a gigantic. I'm on a PC now, obviously, which I'm sure a lot of users aren't. But you scroll down, there's the big picture of the jersey. You select it from the chat, but every size is just out of stock. It's like it's taken up gigantic real estate now on the front page of the website too, and it hasn't been in stock in God knows how long. But
what would you reckon Bohs' initial order was for the Oasis jersey?
Thousands. I'd say.
Yeah.
Like how many?
Thousands? Two? No, I'd say about 7,000.
50,000 is what I believe.
I don't know. That seemed like, but
they'd easily sell them. Like,
no, I was at Oasis on the Sunday, and the amount of them around the place was just frightening. Like, I'd say maybe 1 in every 10 people that I saw in around the pubs. Like, no, that's Dublin, obviously, and it's fairly condensed, but like, it's Jesus.
That's how you do jerseys.
We dropped the ball on that big time, didn't we?
That's how you do jerseys.
There's fakes and everything, sure, up on all the usual websites like DHgate and all these places. Like, they've got the jersey up there, and it's even popular in the whole, fake jersey market.
Do you know what? If you don't mind, speaking of, and it's Commie watch, so kind of...
I'm not encouraging that, no, of course, because I know some of the profits are going to charity and all that, so I'm not encouraging that. I'm just saying it shows the popularity of it. And all
absolutely, 100%. I was going to leave this till the Bohs review, but we'll be going into that now anyway. So, I wasn't here last week, and this has been bothering me. And we're 5 years doing this podcast. We've never once been political or anything else. But the whole Alan Shatter complaining Bohs to the FAI and UEFA bothers me a lot. Now, let me start by saying Alan Shatter, in my opinion, was a brilliant minister. I mean, he brought in some of the best legislation this country's ever seen, made the lives of hundreds of thousands of people better. But on this subject, he's completely and utterly wrong, both rhetorically and morally. And, Bohs he's probably technically correct in terms of UEFA rules and FAI rules. So Bohs are probably going to be looking at a fine. Now, in response, they started selling the T-shirt that he gave out about and donating the profit to the widow of the player killed. Now, I'm sorry, I should know his name, but I don't. I'm only doing this off the top of my head now. So I just wanted to suggest that if Bohs are going to find themselves in either being fined or something else happening for pointing out that there's a genocide happening in Gaza, for wearing a T-shirt that points out there's a genocide happening in Gaza, for wearing a T-shirt that supports the family and the widow of a murdered footballer, maybe every club in the country should stand behind Bohs and say, do you know what? They're selling this T-shirt. We'll buy 20 of them off you. And be it next weekend or the weekend after, all the clubs just say, our first teams are going to wear those T-shirts in the warm-ups, the same way as Bohs did. And if the FAI fine Bohs, they have to fine us. And if UEFA fine Bohs, they have to fine us. And as a league, we should stand and just say, do you know what? Enough is enough. Nobody wants to be political. Nobody wants to drag politics into sport a lot of the time. But there comes a time when you have to. And what's happening in Gaza is kind of a time where if you just choose to keep ignoring it, we're not doing anybody any favours. We're not doing ourselves any favours. So I haven't discussed this with you guys. It's just kind of been bothering me. And I think there's an opportunity here for the league and other clubs to just say, okay, look, we don't like Bohs, we know that, etc., etc. But there comes a time when you have to stand behind, not just Bohs, but stand behind the cause. And yeah, we're Galway United. We're going to buy 20 of the T-shirts or 25 of the T-shirts off Bohs, and we're going to wear them in the warm-up for our league game on whatever date, 3rd week of September, 2nd week of September, or whatever. And if the FAI want to go after Bohs or have to go after Bohs and the UEFA want to go after Bohs, then they'll have to come after us as well. And every club in the league will just stand shoulder to shoulder and point it out that what is happening is so morally wrong and so abhorrent that if Alan Shatter, wants to pull his pro-Israel shite, then this league is going to stand and say, no, we're standing together as a league, not just as one club. Don't know how people feel about that, but that's what I'd like to see happen anyway.
Yeah, I saw a picture during the week. Someone told me about this a couple of weeks ago. That the club have these scarves in the club shop, and I believe they were selling a Cork City FC and Palestine half and half flag, and I think there's a Brazil one as well and a Ukraine one, and I know there's a Celtic one as well, probably from the friendly. But we appear to be as a club trying to promote this. Palestine is obviously a fairly it sits on its own from the whole Brazil, Ukraine, Poland type of scarves. Really, I suppose that's just maybe capitalising a bit on the nationalities in the city now and stuff like that, which to some extent, obviously. But like we've been selling a Cork City Palestine scarf.
I would assume that, like, you'd hope that is going towards the cause. Like,
you would hope so. And
I haven't seen anything about it, to be honest,
I do believe it was asked at a meeting. Forrest asked the question. Whether they got the answer, I don't know.
Okay, that's that issue, and as I said, I just presume it is going to.
Should we buy a few of
Palestine.
those T-shirts, lads?
Well, we should probably buy. Yeah, well, look, yeah, absolutely, we should buy a few of those T-shirts. But as I said, I don't know, like, how people feel about the league standing as a whole and teams wearing that. Every team, like, and the owners of the clubs can have a call and say, look, we'll all do it on this weekend. And just go and do it and buy them from Bohs. Don't ask them for Bohs for nothing. Don't tell Bohs, send us down 20 and we'll wear them.
Yeah.
Buy them at the fucking retail price and pay for it. And then pay for the fine afterwards if that's what comes. Well, I don't think anybody associated with the league would kick up about the clubs doing it. Just my view on it. And don't know whether anybody would have the gumption or the want to do it. But I would hope something might happen anyway, you know.
It's under shop.bohemianfc.com. It's under leisure wear. And it's €25. So, and it's all profits do go. It states that get all profits from the sale to Dora Al Obied.
Yeah, well, look, as I said, I hope the league stands behind Bohs and shuts down Alan Shatter and his bullshit.
There's plenty of forums. Like, I know that there's like these PCA and you know, the league. The teams in the league meet often enough to discuss this, or could just pull up a meeting now. Like, I'm sure our marketing guys are on WhatsApp groups, or operations guys from different clubs are all on a WhatsApp group. Like, it's pretty easy to pull clubs together and make 100%. A decision on something like that quickly. This is 2025 100%. Now. Like, you don't need to wait 4 weeks for a meeting up in Abbottstown or something, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I wouldn't have much confidence in it happening, but there's a part of me hopes that it will. Speaking of Bohs, guys, the reason we're here, Bohemian FC 3.
That image came back to haunt us, didn't it? Rory Keating as a...
not really. Not really.
Rory Keating as a what?
Don't we had Rory Keating with a photo. There was some fellow did a picture of him as... was it Michael Collins?
Oh, no. Yes. Yeah,
no,
yeah,
who was
it? Yeah. Tom Barry.
Tom Barry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, lads, come on, no. You give as good as you get.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. I'm all about banter and all that. Some fellas take it way too seriously online. They'd be bookmarking images from 5 years ago and stuff like that. The absolute sad was. Like,
and this time the Brits won, like, so fair play to them.
Oh, jeez.
But they won easy, Scott. They won easy. They didn't just win.
Yeah, like the stats. I'm sure you go through the stats, but they're like...
Oh, we were the perfect game for them, like, weren't we? They were in a bit of a bad run. They hadn't won in, like, 4 or 5 games, knocked out of the cup.
They had 2-9. They'd won 2-9 going into that game, you know.
Embarrassed at home against Sligo, was it the week before? And
in the cup, yeah.
In the cup, wearing their New Jersey and everything. And, here comes Cork City. Nice handy one here, lads. Because, by God, I watched the game back there after it. I didn't watch it live, but I watched it back the next day. Dying with a hangover now, mind you, and it didn't help me one bit. And by God, that was some stroll in the park for Bohs, like, wasn't it?
They just completely dominated the middle of the park. Dawson Devoy, Ross Tierney, were just so comfortable. And I mean, when you look at their side, you know, Niall Moorhan was playing in the back. What's his name? Oh, he played left back. Oh, my head's gone.
Ross Tierney?
No. The guy who played left back. Jordan Flores. Flores played left back. So you had 2 midfielders playing in the back 4. Never laid a glove on them. We'd 1 shot on target, which came after 52 seconds or whatever it was. You know, never laid a glove on them. And I listened to Jordan Ash afterwards, and, you know, we dominated the second half, and we did this and we did that.
Me bollocks.
We dominated the second half.
When I saw that quote, oh my God.
As somebody in the forum pointed out, like, his argument was that they dominated the first half and deserved to go in 1-0 at half time. We dominated the second half, but somehow we still lost the second half 2-0. You know, it just doesn't make much sense. And the goals we gave away were so easy and so thing. Like, I shouldn't be talking here. This is it's just Scotty. Like, you guys last week were full of optimism going into this game, you know, and we were on the back of a bit of a run, and it was easy to be optimistic. How deflating was this as it unfolded, you know?
It was 15 minutes in, we knew we were done. Like, I think Eileen even said in the WhatsApp group at half time, how are we only one down here? Like, it was so, like, the first 2 minutes, shot and target, like, oh, here we go now, we're going after them. And then it was just shot after, they peppered our goal. Conor Brand, as I said, Teen Truce, I always said, like, he's kept us in games. Brandon's doing the same. Now, a lot of the shots were straight at him, but you still got to stop them, like. They 30 shots on goal, 30. And it's just like, I still understand what we try to play. Like, I know, like, we're playing deep, right? But then there was no outlet up front. It's just, we're void of any ideas. And I just lost complete and utter faith after about 20 minutes of the game. I was like, we haven't a hope here, like.
I felt watching it at the end. You know, and Devoy was just strolling through there at the end for the last goal.
For the third goal.
I was there actually thinking, because it was the next day when I was watching back, I was like, did the players on the pitch know that Sligo were after coming back? Because they were one down and they came back and won. And I was like, are we actually that, you know, is that the way we're thinking as a club and whatever? Because I've heard stuff like that, like, you know, the staff on the bench are like constantly checking the scores in Sligo's games when we're playing the same time as them and stuff like that. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. It's what I heard. And I just wondered, did that trickle onto the pitch? Like, and I just looked at it, I was like, what the hell happened here? Like, he's a great player now, in fairness, I'll give him that. Like, he just sauntered in, bang, and all of our lads looked deflated as he was running into the box. They didn't even, like, put him under any major pressure. There was no one there, like, fighting to win it back. And, like, we've had unbelievable comebacks against Bohs in the past. Like, it can be done. There was still a few minutes left on the clock, and we just completely had given up at that stage. It was almost like, I'm convinced of it. They knew that Sligo were winning, and we were 2-0 down, and they were like, whatever. Throw on the towel now, lads. And then when the ref blew the final whistle, the players didn't even seem like, they were dejected, and a few of them dropped to their knees and kneeled down and whatever and crouched over. But like, I think they knew already that Sligo were winning, and there's no excuse for that kind of stuff. Like, but I'm trying to find an excuse for it. I'm trying to find an excuse for Divide just sauntering in.
And he gave up. Like everyone gave up after the second.
In a half that we dominated, according to the manager. Like, which is just
is bizarre. That's what I find bizarre. Like, you can deal with like just being a bad team. Like, players are not getting grief. I think they should be getting more grief. They're not. But literally 20 minutes gone, we all knew we were screwed here. Like, did anyone see a way out? Like, how in God's name can our manager say we dominated the second half?
Yeah.
We didn't.
And even at that, we lost it 2-0. And I said to you on the chat after watching.
The second goal, it was a killer. But the third goal, I wouldn't even count the third goal, to be honest with you, because everyone had just said, fuck this. Like,
and Bohs should have easily been, with 4-0 at halftime. I know Sean had that pot shot kind of in the first half. He kind of nearly caught the keeper at the near post.
Josh had a shot too, and
like, would 5-1 have been a harsh score? No, it wouldn't.
But half our shots were in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And like, I actually, the one stat I did try and look up today, it was hard to find, is our XG. I know XG in Irish football is probably a bit, it's opinion rather than anything, right? But like, ours is 1.3. And our XG against is 1.71. Like, this is why we are where we are. Yeah, we signed Maguire, we signed Keating, get Feely in, Kelleher in. But like, as a unit, I just don't know what we're trying to play. On the front foot, we weren't playing on the front foot on Friday night. Is this what we're all trying to do? And Nash wanted to get on the front foot, not just playing at the back. We just stayed back, and we played deep, and there was no outlet. There was nothing. Like, we're building a team, as Decky's going to say it, we're building a team on players that just aren't good enough. And it's like, it's shit. It really is. We're at, like, everyone says, oh, Tom Collin era was this and that. This is rock bottom, really, like, because the money's there. We just have no idea what we're doing, and we're fucked. Like,
I know where you're coming from, Wayne, with the rock bottom, but it just can't be worse than Tommy Nobob's. Like, I can't.
I get that. No, that was off the field stuff.
We finished third in the league under Tommy.
I know, but like the club had debts in the hundreds of thousands and unpaid, no tax clearance certain. Like that was all just complete bullshit. Like we were.
This is 15 years later. Like
I know.
It's a new generation. It's a new generation of people. Like there's people here who weren't even born when that happened. Like
you remember, like the club was on a knife edge there, and Neil Prendeville and outside the forecourts and all this stuff. Like
and
it's
people
not
cared. This is the difference. People don't care anymore. We've all given up. People have given. Not care. Okay, that's the wrong word to use. People are just zoned out and drained from it. Back in 2009, 2010 when it happened, you had people up in the forecourts, you had people selling their jerseys. That will not happen now.
No.
And the problem is, the money's there, the tax cert is there, everything is there, the promises were put in place, and here we are going down again.
I see where you're coming from. Definitely, I can see why you're angry and can see it that way, I know.
When does the penny drop that shit's not going to get better? Like, when is the penny going to drop that 900 people are going to show up next year this season? When is the penny going to drop when there's 200 season tickets sold? And there's 40 people...
See, I don't think the penny's going to drop, Scott, because, I mean, like...
At what stage does he pull out and go, I'm losing too much money here? Everyone's going, oh, who's going to take over? What happens when he wakes up one day and goes, I can't be spending this money?
My worry is it's going to be like Tom calling. And remember, Tom was on the radio and he was saying, he wanted the money back that he had allegedly put in, and or allegedly wanted the money back that he allegedly put in. I'll have to be careful now. So I reckon it'll be a similar situation. Like, I think this money that's been put in will be seen as, well, that's been my investment or whatever, albeit like the investment has put the club in a worse position.
He's fully entitled to it. He put it in, like you'd expect it to come out. But the problem is that it doesn't work like that in football.
No, it doesn't. No.
Next July, there's 500 people going to the cross because we're mid-table or something. And even if we're top of the league, there should be 900 people there.
And the club is devalued significantly.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like, devalued from being in or on the pitch position, devalued because the attendances won't be there, and any new person coming in to take over, hopefully, will have like an unbelievable hill to climb. And I just hope that I do think I have a strong feeling in my gut. It's purely a gut instinct that there will be an ownership change in the next 6 months. That's just my own gut.
No, but it has to happen before the end of next season, doesn't it? It has to happen before the 30th.
No, I don't think so. That was only like, I think when there was like a complete change of entity. With Forest
and look at it.
You can sell the holding company at any stage. It was just the way Forest was structured.
It was change of holding company the last time, so it had to be done in the off seasons and whatnot. But no, it's just the club has its own separate holding company. I'm fairly sure it can happen anytime.
It can't happen anytime. Same way Waterford was sold in the middle of the season, etc. It can happen anytime.
Do you know? I don't know if you watched Formula One, right? But in the last 10 years, there's been massive change, right? Where teams were going bust and being sold for 50 grand are now going for like hundreds of millions. Since the Drive to Survive, all that kicked in, it just created a whole new stratosphere of Formula One. This is happening in the League of Ireland, where clubs are going to be qualifying for the group stages. There's fans going to games, and we're missing out on this. And we're going to be at the bottom of this ladder again when this boom. I'm not saying it's the same as Formula. I'm saying it's in comparison is the same. It's booming and it's going to get bigger, and we're missing out because of just stupidness.
Like, there's a strong likelihood you probably put a favourable bet on it that we're going to have two teams in the group stages of
100%. Yeah,
that is just unbelievable, lads. Like, if you told us that when driving up on the bus in 2004 to Talca Park, there'd be two teams in the group stages, you know.
And what you've got to realise as well is that champions path is so easy in inverted commas. Shamrock Rovers are going to have the champions path next year. Like, they're not even. If I'm Shamrock Rovers,
strong seeding, and a really strong seed.
I'm not even thinking about the Conference League next year. I'm thinking about the Europa League. Like, that's where I'm looking to qualify next year. Europa League, 100%. Because you said their seeding is going to be so strong, they're going to have a really, really good crack off it.
Yeah, like Shelbourne will be the whipping boys in the group stages. Like, they will.
Maybe
that's fine.
6 million happier, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. But that's the killing thing, though. But Shamrock Rovers will be fancying qualifying for the knockout stages again. That would be like regression in their part if they don't qualify for that. That's what we're talking about here in terms of how far behind we actually are. Like
people saying we need 3 or 4 million. We don't need 3 or 4 million. Look at what Drogheda are doing. Look what Bohs are doing. You don't need to be pumping loads in. You just need to be savvy, get the fans on board, get the players on board, get a proper manager in, get Cork City behind you like Pat Dolan and Brian Lennox and Damien Richardson did, and just stop this bullshit.
But when none of that can happen until Dermot Usher stands and looks in the mirror and accepts responsibility for his role in what's happening. And that's my fear. I don't think.
Well, do you know what's going to happen? He'll leave here and lost a lot of money, and people will be angry and fed up. It's easily changed. It's so easy to change this and get people behind you. It's like, it's 2 ways this goes. Like, lose a lot more money, or get a decent team going and sell the club and make a profit. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I can't understand how this isn't seen. Like, I hope people in Bishopstown aren't going, give it a fucking shake, like, and just go, look. I don't know.
Like, for me, this is Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror type stuff. Like, the moment, like, you know, what were the words to that song? You know, Man in the Mirror, you know, look in the mirror and make that change or whatever it is. Like, you know,
gonna make a change for once in my life.
Yeah, you know,
it's gonna feel real good. I don't know the rest.
Spotify now will give us a mark against songs.
No, not when he sings it himself.
So accurate.
It's
so accurate.
They'll be like,
they used an exact Michael Jackson track.
Do you know? But it's just like, he needs to stand and he needs to accept.
Is it gone beyond the point of return, though?
Fucked it up, like.
Is it gone beyond the point of return?
Personally, I think it is. Personally, I think it is. But
there was I think there was a little bit of reprieve the last couple of weeks, as you said, there was a little bit of positivity, and we seem to be shown that, you know, our playing style had changed and we were getting results here and there, and
this is something I would have said, and I'm not after saying, but who did we get results against? We beat Galway, who were by far and away the worst team in the division, bar ourselves, and we beat Waterford at home in a cup tie where Waterford could have scored 4.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, yes, it was great. We'd won 2 games and we had a bit of momentum, but we were going up to Dalymount. We were facing Dawson Devoy. We were facing Ross Tierney, and we had to shut them down in the middle of the park. And we just don't have the players to do it. And that's the bottom line. And look, God forgive me for this, guys. I was going to say it, like, well, George Nash's press conference on Thursday, and they played 2 minutes of it went out or whatever. And he's talking about he's looking to build a club around guys like Josh Fitzpatrick and Evan McLaughlin. And I just said to you, if that's who you're looking to build a club around, you're looking to build a first division club. And that's not me being nasty, or it's not me being horrible or any of those things.
No, because in fairness to Josh, he's actually been decent enough, scored goals. He's been okay.
Stop. No.
In terms of the bar deck.
We haven't a fucking clue what good players look like anymore. We genuinely don't.
It's a low bar. It's a low bar.
That's why I despaired when I heard Gerard coming out with this. Nothing against Josh. Nothing against Evan. If you're looking to build a club, if you're looking to build our own players, Matt Murray, Matt Kiernan, Cahill, if he's back, if he signs for us again, Conor Brand. But at the moment, who's fit? Conor Brand, Matt Murray and Matt Kiernan, in my opinion, are the 3 names you use when you say you want to build our own players.
Yeah.
Because they have the potential. They are good enough to play Premier Division football. I just don't think this manager has a fucking notion what he's doing. I don't think David Moyler has a notion what he's doing, and I don't think anybody in the boardroom has a notion what they're doing. And the evidence is on the pitch. We've won 3 games. We've played 28 games this season. We've won 3. Ger Nash has won 1 at his reign. What's he played? 11 now, is it? League games, 10 league games maybe. He's won 1.
And 1 cup.
Sorry, like, it's just, you don't need to be a fucking rocket scientist to see what's in front of you. Do you know? It's just nonsense.
What do you do? So, what would you do tomorrow? You have the reins here. What do you do? What would you do the first thing you'd do?
First thing I'd do? The first thing I'd do. I can't say it.
Sack the manager?
Just be massively controversial, and I don't want to say it. But yeah, I would start building
That's
for
one
next
of the first
season.
things.
I would call players in and I would tell them, you're not going to be here next year. You're not going to be here next year. You're not going to be here next year. And then I start scouring the first division. I go watch first division games and I make sure I know who the best players in the first division are, because there's no way in fucking hell you're getting Premier Division players down here next year. People talk about, we need to build a thing that's a team that win the first division and they're all capable of coming straight back up. Lads, that ain't happening. I'd be stunned if Rory Feely's here next year. I'd be stunned, simply because he's good enough to play Premier Division football and clubs will look for him and want him to play Premier Division football. I'm clearing house. I'm just clearing house and I'm starting from scratch. And I'm clearing house in the boardroom, I'm clearing house in the management room, and I'm clearing house in the players. It's just, for me, there's just a aura or a culture of failure now around the club. And I don't know what standards are imposed by management. I don't know what standards are imposed by other players. I don't understand. I don't know what standards are imposed by the dressing room leaders in inverted commas. But whatever those standards are, they're nowhere near good enough. So when the standards are not good enough in the management, when the standards are not good enough in the boardroom, and the standards are not good enough in the dressing room, the only obvious answer is you clear fucking house. The whole fucking lot. Now, if Dermot does that, I might just go, okay, there's a chance here that he's learned. But if he fucks around and goes into next season with Jar Nash and Damien Delaney still the footballing advisor and, half the squad are back next year, you're just going, nah, just fucking forget about it. Sell it up, please. Move on. You tried. Nobody wishes you anything but good luck for the rest of your life. But please don't be in Bishopstown. Please do not be associated with Cork City next year. As I said, that's going to take a man in the mirror moment, and I don't think Dermot is ever having a man in the mirror moment, to be honest with
you. Yeah, I think we alluded to this a little bit, Deck, last week. Just touching on your point there about the Premier Division standard of players and all that. They're going to want 2 or 3 year contracts because they're going to see that Cork City are desperate. We're in the lowest bargaining position we could ever be at when it comes to attracting a quality player to Cork. Our accommodation situation appears to be a shambles. Players have heard all this stuff about you could be living with the manager, or God only knows where you could be living, or you could be living with 4 other fellas in a 4.5 bedroom house, and all this kind of stuff. But they're gonna think as well, if we get promoted, I want assurances that I won't be cast aside when I get promoted. Like, I think even, the lads that went to Cove, I'm not going to single any of them out, but your Coffees, Bardry's, Keane Murphy's, Jonas, those guys, they're well within their right even to charge a premium, if the club wanted them back and want multi-year deals, and because Cove will give them good money, and if Cork City want to attract them back, they're going to say, well, I can stay at Cove here. And, happy days. They'll keep on to me if we get promoted, and or I can join Cork City, and I want a 2-year deal off you. And then we have to give 2-year deals to these players that we know are not good enough to stay mid-table Premier Divisions, so to speak. Even though I have great time for some of them, and I think they're great lads, but we know that the proof was in the pudding in the past, unfortunately. But yeah, it's grim. That's my most worrying aspect of the off-season, to be honest. We're going to have to pay hugely over the odds, and the numbers are just going to be blown off the radar, if the club's ownership stays there and
that's
whatever budgets they have. What's going to happen, Wayne? What do you think?
They're going to end up getting just the youth players and the Munster Senior League players, or the lads from Kerry who will take a chance. There's no way they're going to be giving these players 2 years.
Then we're weaker than Cove.
This is what the problem is. This is the problem we have.
We're going into
this is why, as Decky says, we need a look in the mirrors again. Moment. This is what we need. Clear house and show that you're building. Not to keep half these players and go, we get the Bargrys in and we get the Murphys in, and that's not the way to do it. You got to start from. I'll be getting more of these youth players up. And as Decky says, you just get the best players in the league. Get a manager in who knows the first. Do you know? I'm going to say it now. Shane Keegan. That's how I'm getting in. But he wanted a 2-year, 3-year deal as well. And is he good enough for the Premier Division? I don't know. But he has contacts. He knows the lower leagues like the back of his hand. I think he's the guy to give a shot to, because do you know what? Who else do you give it to? Healy. I'd love Healy to get it, but he's not going to take it, and he's not going to work under Rusher.
The managers are the same way. Like, they're going to be looking at the merry-go-round we've had as well the last, like, 2.5 years or whatever, and they're going to be like, what assurances am I going to get, you know? Like, I heard there or read the other day, Deck, I don't know if you have a source, that Nash has a 2.5-year contract, which sees him up until, like, what, the end of 2027, is it? Like, you know, I'd imagine him taking that job, like, you know, I doubt he has like a nice little 30-day notice period, like, for both parties, and go on gardening leave for a month, like, or 2 months. I'd imagine with the shit show we've had in terms of the manager situation the last few years, he probably left a decent, stable job that he had and said, do you know what, he probably gave the spiel. I want a 3-year plan, work with the club on a strategy, help keep us up this year, and then here's our plan for 2026 and so forth. But ultimately, at the end of the day, like, you know, and he'd be well within his rights to negotiate and demand an ironclad contract, and the club had no choice really today. But, like, we've wanted Nash for quite some time, and no one, like, who else would have taken the job? I'm finding it hard to. The only reason I think Nash will be there next year is because he's the only one who'll stay there. And
the thing is these 2.5 years, we're completely fucking screwed here. Because,
but so what's he leaving Sweden for, Wayne? He's not leaving Sweden for an 18-month contract.
I know.
He's not, like, you know? I mean, there's a manager in the first division has told people that he wouldn't even answer the phone if Cork City rang, you know? That it's such, like, the reputation this club has now around the league for players and that, like, it's not good either, like, you know? And
this is why I think the ownership structure is finished.
This first division manager, Jesus Christ, you said, Christ, yeah, he'd give his left leg to go to Turner's Cross and manage Cork City, like? No. Wouldn't answer the phone. Wouldn't answer the phone, you know? It's too much of a shit show down there. Couldn't fucking do it, like.
We're being negative now, lads, are we?
Well,
realistic.
Okay.
That's the difference between.
Okay.
I just said it'd be the end of the room now for the people.
Tell me how anybody can be positive after watching that on Friday night. Or on Saturday.
The devil's advocate now for our usual detractors that listen to us and say, here they go again. Like,
anybody be positive? Like, no semblance of positivity. We had one shot on target in the first 50 seconds, right? Bohs had 30 shots at goal, 13 on target, you know? 30 shots on goal with 13 on target, only for Conor Brand, you know? They had 19 shots inside the box. Inside the fucking box, 19 shots. That's your Alamo. That's where you put your life on the line to defend, you know? It's like the numbers are absolutely
passing
off
accuracy.
the charts,
63 for passing accuracy. 63,
yeah.
Which is
I know you like Brand too as well, though. Like, but like keepers like being kept active in games and stuff like that. Like, if you think back to the great keepers like Mick Devine and whatever, the reason they are so good is that, like, Mick Devine might have only been called into action twice in a game, and, like, I don't even remember. I had a conversation with someone about this actually a few weeks ago. Do anyone ever actually remember him even making a blunder, like dropping one or like flapping at one or anything like that? And I know as time goes on, now we look more favourably, but like I know you said only for Bran, like, but keepers thrive, I think, anyway, in those kind of training game types of situations where they're being peppered with shots constantly and they're always alert. I think the better keepers are, like, Petr Cech was a good example as well. Great keeper for Chelsea, inactive for most of the game, but he'd be called into it once or twice.
So, yeah.
But anyway,
here's one for you, right? No. Here's one that's caught my eye since Saturday morning. Bohs had 61% of the possession, right? So we had 39. They made 27 tackles. We made 18. How does the team dominating the football and make 9 tackles more than the team who's supposed to be hunting them down and working? Like, to me, we're not working hard enough. That's what that tells me. That we're, like, in the cold light of day, we don't work hard enough to get the ball back. We don't make our tackles. We don't get stuck in. We'd only 39% of the tackle of the possession, but Bohs tackled us or whatever it was 29 times. You know, 27. We made 18 tackles against them. Like, this stuff is it's horrific. The numbers are horrific, and it's simply because we're not good enough. I will never sit here and say the players didn't try or they didn't try hard enough, or I'll never criticise them for that. The bottom line here is, as a squad, we're just not good enough. and the vast majority of the players in the squad just aren't good enough. I'm sorry, like. It's just the bottom line. It's just the simple truth, as far as I see it anyway. And, you know, it's fine, like. It's not fine, like. But
what do the fans think?
Well, we just posted what needs to be said. Goal. I turned off after the first goal. Got my hopes up when it was still 1-0, but not long left, and put it back on, only for more shit. Please, Usher, just go and take Dur with you. I leave out the rest of it because it's unfair. CCFC man is a meme of Mo, TOTAP, TOTAP, TOTAP. I knew it was them, even when it was the fans. Kevin Cronin, motorway diversions, 3-0 defeat and bumming into a load of joyful Dundalk fans in Junction 14. What a shite day. Highlight was the Bohs security trying to hop the fence to an irate City fan. The old stop, he's already dead. Simpsons meme with the kids in the schoolyard. James Greenham, all this mess is the fans' fault for not getting behind the team more and creating the right atmosphere. So when he went to the cross, an investor will give Usher 100 million. Discuss. A Shamrock Rovers fan daily mounts a dump and he gets a couple of replies from Bohs fans. It's gas that on a Friday night after we lose 3-0 in daily mounts, we can still host a bust up between a Shamrock Rovers fan and a couple of Bohs fans. You know what I mean? It's Val McGuire says we need to get better on defending and attacking the ball. Philly Crowley, Usher delivering another piece of silverware to Leeside, First Division winners 2026, 2 league titles in 5 years. I'm not sure there's any guarantee that we'll be First Division winners in 2026. I think there's a real danger that we're not. I genuinely do.
I don't know. Dundalk will go up, it'll be us and Ramblers. Like, who else is there? In reality.
Galway could go down.
Galway could go down. Sligo could go
They're
down.
terrible win.
Who'd beat them?
You wouldn't know. I mean, it's a one-off, the game. Like, it's, you know, you never know.
Levels.
Come on.
Trevor McCarthy, an absolute shambles, could have been 6 or 7-0. Garrett, the bad boy, Barry. This team and coaching staff and owner never had a chance of getting Europe, never mind staying up. I said it back in March. New leaders at the back and nobody in midfield to create chances for us. Do you really think Harps are going to be a pushover? They're just waiting for us. Ian Crowley, people think this squad turned the corner. Billy Dorney summed it up perfectly. It seems to be in our DNA as a club to inevitably fail or self-combust. No matter what is done for the fans, don't forget we're just being taken along for the ride by a clueless golf enthusiast. Roy O'Sullivan, time to accept First Division football as a certainty. Time to book those overnights in Tralee, either Cove, Galway, Sligo next season. Rebuild the squad, go youth and build from there. Sean, hello darkness, my old friend. We're back. Joe Langford, is bad planning, plain and simple. Anyone could see we were entering into the season with a vastly understrength squad, especially in the knowledge that a few of our key starters were injury prone. Poor planning and destined to be relegated, unfortunately. As far as ownership goes, he should be thankful that the fans are showing their anger. It will turn to apathy, and that is more dangerous to a football club. Kids free with an adult next season, build support from a young age. I'm in the 5th stage of grief, acceptance. Roy mentions apathy there and that it will turn to apathy. I presumed that it had turned to apathy a number of weeks ago, if not longer, Dick.
Yeah, I just think it's that whole cup run. You know, we were even guilty of it there last week, like the whole trip to Bratislava and all this kind of stuff. I think, like, football fans by their nature, they just want to be positive, Dick. Like, this is what galls me sometimes when the club are saying, you're all breeding negativity and bringing down the mood and whatever. Like, you even see us there last week on the podcast, like a sniff of Europe there and a 1 or 2 good weeks of results, and, like, you know, Scotty's getting the passports out. Like, it's, you know, the fans want to be positive. We want us to be supporting a winning team. We want to be supporting a team that gives us this type of, you know, dreamland stuff and imagination that we might get to go off to a, you know, European country next year and all this kind of thing. Like, but it's just, you know what? Then Friday was just back down to RPG now, lads.
It's unlike me to get emotional later, lads. So
that's true. Finally, our good friend James Sheridan chips saying, given recent reactions, maybe it's time for a performance review. Not of the players, but of a certain section of fans. commitment to the cause is a basic requirement after all. And this is, Scotty, this is a thing that's starting to crop up, you know? People question, and people around the club questioning the fan base and the fan base's commitment to the cause. And I'll be honest with you, it really fucking annoys me. Really annoys me. As I said, this isn't a 1 year thing. This is a 7 and 8 year journey. And people have given everything to this club. And, you know, they're dippers because they don't buy season tickets. They're not golf enthusiasts. They don't buy tee boxes. They don't sponsor greens at the golf classics, and they're not wanted, you know? And it's really starting to boil my piss, I'll be honest with you.
It's a nasty narrative going out there.
Yeah. That there are people within Cork City who are willing to put this narrative out there that the fans aren't committed to the club. The fans aren't committed to the cause. You see the commitment this fan base has given this club over the last 5, 10, 15, 25 years. And nobody should ever fucking question the commitment of this fan base. If people were as fast to question the commitment of the ownership and the ownership group to the club as they are to question the commitment to the fan base, maybe we'd start fucking getting somewhere. And when I say commitment, I mean financial commitment. You know? Don't get me fucking started, lads, because if you want to go down that road and put that narrative, I'll fucking bury every one of you, I promise you.
But this is the point. They're trying to get you to do this, to lose your cool and lose your shit. There's no way anyone here, in this group even, or on that forum, anywhere, commitment can be questioned. Like, we've gone all over Europe, brought this club back from the brink before, been supporting this club 20, 30, 35 years. How can you question someone's commitment? We've seen this happen before. We saw it in 2017. Two of us didn't even know each other on the forum, questioning what was going on. And we were right at the time. It happened again back in 94, 95. Terry Dunn came in, and there was issues all through the years with different people coming in. And there was, you know, you just got to be, it's bullshit. Ignore it. That's all they have. It's literally all they have. Is, these guys aren't committed, so they're not going to the away games. Shut up. Bullshit. You don't know people's stages of lives and what they have with kids and what they're doing on a Friday night. Just because you can take an afternoon off from work and piss off on a bus up to Derry. Fair play to you. We did it 20 years ago. So to suggest, there's a game on straight in Bohs, why don't you go to it? You know what I mean? Bullshit. If that's all you have to throw at us, lads, keep on it.
On that note, with what wasn't very much a review of the Cork City Bohs game and more a review of what's everything that's going on in Cork City, as this podcast happens to be every week now, we will park it there. We're going to head for the advert, lads. It's the NordVPN advert, the one about getting your Mickey out in Fountainstown. Be sure to give it a listen, and we'll be back after this.
Hey there, Toe Tapper. This podcast is sponsored by NordVPN, and we have a deal of a lifetime. So listen up. Are you still surfing the web with all your personal info hanging out? That's like going to Fountainstown with your Mickey dangling for all to see. But fear not, my digitally exposed friend. NordVPN is here to hide your pecker. With NordVPN, you can cloak your online presence faster than the club counts gate receipts. Say goodbye to those pesky ad trackers and hello to streaming shows from all over the globe. Want to watch a dodgy stream without it buffering? NordVPN might just make it happen. And hackers trying to steal your data? They'll have better luck finding Kimberly Mikado in the tea room. NordVPN's got more layers of security than the VIP section on match day. So what are you waiting for? Get NordVPN today and surf the web with style, security, and a sprinkle of quirkiness. Go to nordvpn.com/TOTAP for our exclusive deal. It's practically free. You miserable.
Okay, hello and welcome back to part 2 of this week's TOTAP. Let's see what Postman Pat's going to bring us.
Postman Pat, and in black and white cat.
The cat mix race.
Early in the morning, one bag of man is yawning.
Okay, we'll hit the Patreon questions first because they are our they're keeping the show on the road. Billy Dorney has about 7 in here, I'd say, at this stage, but we'll go with changes needed and needed fast. Cup runs just a deflection. As they say, you can fool all of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. Can't see us being out of this shit for years, unfortunately. That's very true, Deck. You know the whole thing about you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you're not going to fool everybody all of the time.
Yeah, but I do worry, Deck, that look, we'll be seen this week as being overly negative, and if we beat Finn Harps away there, whenever that game is it Friday week? That City to Europe, bring it on, har. Next year it's Queenstown and off to feckin', Kazakhstan or somewhere in the Europa. I just worry that we'll see that bit of banter again or whatever if we beat Harps. And make no mistake about it, we're crashing out of that semi-final in the Cup unless we do get Sligo at home, and Sligo are plagued with injuries. That's our only hope.
Yeah, I'd be stunned. But anyway, we'll see. As I said, mirror the 2023 season, we lose a home semi-final to St. Pat's. Billy's back again. So as they say, we take this travesty right up the arse again without a whimper. Destined for the Wanderley Wagon division. Dear fuck. Okay.
That's a great way. The
Wanderley Wagon division. Yeah, there's not really a question there. So, Adrian Longus, can we call the mailbag the all-brand bag? Between now and the start of next season, I'm just interested in seeing what Dermot does next. It could be nothing or anything. So just realise where he went wrong and fixes it, or decides he doesn't want to put any more funds into the club to get it competitive again. Then he either gets more investment into the club and reduces his percentage in the club, or sells up. Or he might just repeat what he's been doing all along. And this is kind of what I spoke about, Deck, is that man in the mirror moment where Dermot has to look and reflect upon himself and see what exactly is it he wants out of this experience from here going on. And there was stuff on the forum during the weekend when he took over the club and he spoke with John Fallon and he mentioned 5 years. John asked him kind of how long did he think he'd be here, and he said he had a plan for 5 years, and if things went really well, then he might stay longer than that. But next year's going to be year 4 or 5, and I do wonder. Is it going to come to an abrupt end? I have to say.
Yeah, I can't name him now, because he'd probably hunt me down, and I won't say any more. But I remember just as around I suppose those takeover talks were happening, someone close to me, a City fan, said, I give him 3 years max, and I was like, what makes you think that? And they said, from the first time talking to him, I just thought immediately one word jumped into my head: naive. And I just said, huh. And he said, I give him maximum 3 years. And he basically predicted this. He said, we'll be relegated next year. We'll be promoted and relegated again. And I remember just saying, come on now. I said, look, the money we'll be putting in is far greater than Forest ever will. The budget's going to be way higher than it was now. And he just said, "No, I'm telling you now." And yeah, he often reminds me of his prediction anytime I bump into him. Not that he's getting any pleasure out of it whatsoever, because this is one of the type of guys that does go home and away and travels around Europe and goes above and beyond for the club, and stuff like that. So anyway, he's probably listening now, saying you're hanging me out to dry here.
Well, nobody knows, but I wish we did, because man's an oracle.
Oh God, yeah.
Richie Haddle says, after last week's hilarious but worryingly naive optimism with the predictions versus Bohs away, surely sense has been restored and this false hope has been consigned to the depths of hell where it belongs. Please just accept that this is the way. Scotty?
Yeah, 100%. You got to you can't be negative every single week, and I suppose last week was a bit just at least be a little bit positive. But yeah, it's the same shit again. We don't know. This is it. Unless things change, it's the end game. End of story. There's no more. There's no bullshit anymore. We're screwed, and until things change at the top,
They caught us in the fields last week, Wayne, didn't they?
They
Like,
did.
you know,
They did.
good old European Scotty. Like, I mean, he's in folklore in Cork City history, and you know, all that talk of we're heading to Europe next year, we're getting to a cup final. That iconic photo or video of you after we get the winner in, was it 2016, 2017? You know, you just said all that stuff, and look, I had the same as well from some of the great European nights we had and stuff like that. And I was actually thinking, geez, you never know. We're improving.
Do you know what the hardest part was? It wasn't even a City thing. It was Shamrock out in the Azores this week, and they win 2-1. Out in the Azores. Like, is there anywhere else? Would you ever go there normally? It's not in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, like Atlantic Ocean, sorry. Like, we're missing all this because of just stupidity.
We knocked out a Dutch Premier Division team win back in 2004.
Malmo, like, and everything. European
Nijmegen.
Cup final.
Johan Nieskens.
Yeah.
He's going to fly Tom Cruise and bring him to Cork. Because it was
Murray
Mission Impossible.
Limassol, like, they had a Polish international, 3 Egyptian internationals, like, it's just horrendous.
Great days.
Oh, stop. And it caught us in the fields for that glimmer of hope, because we're City fans and we want this to come back.
Can I just ask before we move on? Because Nash said post-game against Bohs that we have to win on Friday night. We have to win.
Doesn't matter.
That was going to be my question. No. Are all three of us saying it doesn't matter what happens from here on in? We're done and dusted. There's no way back.
Not enough games left. We could win this one 5-0, win the next one 4-0, 3-0. Doesn't matter. Shit. It's too late.
Yeah, the realist in me says we're getting relegated, and yeah. After
Richie's
Sligo
right.
came back to the night, Sligo are well able to come back, pull off wins away from home.
Yeah.
Backs to the wall stuff. They're a proper survival team now in the second half of the season. They're everything we want to be as supporters and as a club, but we're not.
The other Richie is asking me, Decky, does Ger like one of those small fancy biscuits with his macchiato?
Yeah, it was a coffee, Dick.
Yeah, I figured that out as I was reading the question, to be honest with you.
I was a flat white man myself back in the day.
Yeah, as we know, with no socks. A flat white, no socks. Yeah, Richie, I don't know what to say to you, man. I mean, I can't divulge certain information to the public, you know. I'd love to tell you whether Ger likes one of those small fancy biscuits with his macchiato, but I'm not at liberty to say. I do apologise. But look, keep asking the questions, and someday, you know, I'll be able to answer one without giving the whole game away, you know. Scotty, Brian Fox wants to know, what's more important, attaining Premier Division status next season or going on the tear in Bratislava?
Oh, Jesus. My worry is, right, and I mean this now in the best way, right? Bratislava wins, of course. But if we stay up, we're going down next season. This is the problem.
We're not staying up.
No, I'm just miracle, right? We stay up.
Yes, in fairness, the question is, which is better?
Would you rather?
Or whatever,
Say we stay up. Yeah. We're going down next season.
You had the choice.
This is the problem. Nothing's changing. So I'd rather that one night in Bratislava. # one night in Bratislava. And just have the best night of our lives. And then we just pull the curtain down on the club, I think, to be honest. Because nothing's going to change. We could stay up and we go down.
The Evan Cashman's one is full of sarcasm. Lads, as we're on our way to winning the FAI Cup, we should be on course for 3 trophies in 3 years with next year's box office First Division. I don't think the club could be in any better shape as we usher in a new era of greatness, onwards and upwards for 26.
This is the thing. If we win the Cup, just listen to it. We win the Cup, we go down, we win the First Division. It is 3 trophies in 3 years, which is an absolute disgrace. Like, but we get one night in Bratislava, so I'm all for it.
Is there a team from Bratislava even in the...
Oh, yeah, Slovan Bratislava.
Are they around the conference qualifiers?
Oh, they are, yeah. Maybe the Shamrock Rovers of Slovakia.
Because we'll be unseeded, like.
We have one more Patreon question, and I'm not going to say who it's from because it would give insight to those at the club who listen to us, and I don't want to give them that insight. Why do you not speak about Cove anymore?
We have our own problems, lads.
Yeah, you know, there was never a conscious decision to stop talking about Cove. It was never. seen that this season would be so bad, and we come on here and we give out about Cork City for an hour and a half or whatever it might be, there's not much room to fit Cove into the whole equation. Next year we'd probably get to speak lots about Cove. And look, fair play, they had a poor result the other night against UCD. They're not going to win the league. They're 9 points down behind Dundalk. They'll have a shot in the playoffs. Of course they'll have a shot in the playoffs, but it's purely a time thing more so than anything else. We haven't deliberately decided, but it is a Cork City podcast. I mean, we're only ever delving in and out of Cove to try and give them some attention and some bit of publicity.
Are you going for a record here for the time of the podcast there, Dickie, or what's going on?
No. Relax. No, boy, relax. We just need to jump into the regular questions, though, but there'll be lots of repeats of that, so we'll keep it quick. Is there really time to say it's all over? Yes.
Yeah.
First time messaging in. Wasn't it brilliant watching them Ben get kicked in the bollocks?
The
It was,
bollocks.
actually.
Absolutely. 100%.
We're not wishing testicular pain on a former player, lads. No, are we ever
Yeah, we
sunk
are.
into that level? All right, fair enough.
Oh, this is interesting. You asked somebody, whoever put out the tweet, asked for new names for the mailbag.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us how you're feeling bag. Tell us how you're feeling.
That name will only last 3 months as a mailbag name too. We want something a bit more permanent. I saw a good suggestion, the Rebel Army mailbag, because it's the mailbag from the Rebel Army, and obviously, you know, hint, hint.
Remember that week we had hope? That was nice.
What a depressing shit we have to do. Like, I don't think people understand how hard this is to do on a Monday.
Yeah.
We did our best last week to be positive and like.
There's lots of mentions of Rebel Army and trademarks, but we're not getting into that. Okay, so look, that's the mailbag as it was, guys. This Friday night we're home to Waterford.
Is that it?
Like, does anybody give a shit? Yeah, there was only. It's like this happens every year. As soon as you're gone, interactions drop. You know, First Division next year will just be a pile of bollocks. Our listenership will drop in half. Messages will be half. Patreons will be half.
Now we know why they're doing it.
Do you know? It's murder, like. So, Waterford, Friday night, Turner's Cross. Like, preview it? Like, how? Like, I mean...
Attendance first anyway, lads. What do you reckon?
What's it again?
Attendance?
1,500. And it'll be 400 of them will be Waterford fans.
Do we when we're making attendance predictions for league games, do we say X amount butts and seats? Y is the announced figure, or what way do we want to structure it?
Yeah, you do both. I would say officially 1,500, announced as 2,011.
Yeah, I'll go.
You come to the Waterford team, is it?
Yeah, I think like when we played them in the cup, if you probably took out their travelling support, we would have had maybe about 1,400. I'm going to go with 1,400 and announced as 1,850.
I said for the cup game that there'd be about 2,000 there, and everybody laughed at me, and it turned out there was 2,200 there. I think Friday night there's a possibility that there's about 1,000 Cork City fans, plus whatever Waterford bring. They'll probably bring 400 or 500 because they're just going to lap it up. They're going to fucking
will they bring that many? I know the cup game was different, but like
they're going to love this.
They're not having a superb season either. Like,
no, they're not. But this is their big trip to Cork. Like, you know,
they basically bury us on Friday.
Get a life, lads. In all fairness,
if it was me, we'd be burying them. We'd love it. We'd lap it up.
Yeah, lad, it's a big thing for Waterford to go all the way down to Cork, boys. Yeah, do you know what I know? Like, down to Cork.
No.
So look. I'd say about 1,500 max, and total announced as 3,500.
All the freebies from the Golf Classic, allegedly.
Roy Keane in the Easy Living Suite.
Cracking jokes.
Okay, like preview it. Like it's so hard to preview it because, like, we're shit.
You know what?
Can
I jump in there? I'd actually start Ormusu to see. What?
You just said it's hard to preview. We're shit, they're shit.
But it is
the
like
technical genius himself. Like there he is, brought down to that level of analysis. Well done, Cork City. Well done, Waterford too. The
league isn't that good. Like, this is another infuriating thing. Like, the league is not that good this year. Like, Shamrock Rovers are going at less than 2 points a game, and they're 7 points clear with a game in hand. So say 10 points clear. That's not a good league. That's not a high quality league. Like,
let's not.
You always know it's not a high quality league when the teams at the bottom, bar us, are bunched and are within. You know, there's nobody cut adrift. We're cut adrift because we're absolutely shit. But look, anyway, like, how do you preview this? Like, I mean,
well, I just want to see what happens with the protests. To be honest with you, that's why I'm going.
Protests?
Well, allegedly on the forum, they're planning. Anyway, we're sure
that means there'll be a meeting on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
It's actually on TV, and I saw people talking about emptying the Donny Ford and just placing not emptying the Donny Ford, emptying the shed, and just placing banners and whatnot. And what people forget is any banners that are anti-Dermot Usher, anti-club, that are placed in the shed, and people walk away to empty the show. It would be quite a very good visual effect on TV. The problem is security will just go in and remove them. The second you walk away and leave them behind you, they will be removed, I would imagine. You know, there's no way the club are going to allow banners to be placed in the shed. Everybody leave the shed, and all you see is these banners, anti-club, anti-Dermot Usher. I don't ever see that happen. I don't ever see it being allowed to happen. So people got to bear that in mind. Yeah, people got to bear that in mind as well.
Yeah. I've seen loads of different ideas about protests, and I just don't feel we have one aligned kind of, conviction
outside the ground is probably
one thing
where it could work, but I don't see it happening either.
But this is where the apathy comes in. I don't think anybody has.
Is this game on TV?
Yeah,
it's on Virgin Media, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's live on Virgin Media. I reckon the protests will just be people won't go to the game. It's too convenient now. It's on free to air TV. You don't even need a dodgy box, like Like, people will just stay at home, watch it in the comfort of their home, Virgin Media. And in fairness, their coverage is decent enough. I reckon that's how it'll play out. There won't be protests. It'll just be a very low crowd. Jeez, I'm going to lower my attendance expectation now, even maybe to, like, will there be 1,000 City fans there?
Yeah, I think now I'd forgotten it's on TV. So I wonder now, will it... Yeah, who's playing... What games are on TV Friday night, anyway? Besides, in the
EPL.
Yeah, in the EPL. There's none actually on Friday, is there? No. Okay, it might. I don't know.
Nah.
What's the score going to be, lads?
1-1.
Yeah, I was going to say 0-0.
I think Waterford beat us 2-1.
What secret, or not secret, but what pro-club news will the club leak to Alan Cawley just before commentary starts, so he can work it into the commentary pretty early on?
Do you know what we should do? We should do bingo, commentary bingo, Friday night. Let's get it done. And the winner can get a TOTAP t-shirt.
My prediction is that he mentions that money has been put into the club, and we've just been very unlucky in a lot of areas, injuries and whatnot. I think he'll push that narrative.
Actually, I'm thinking, it wasn't Alan Cawley the last night. It was the night of the Sligo game. It was
Scotland. No, it wasn't. It was Pat's fella, Conan Byrne.
Conan Byrne. That's what I was saying. Yeah. Conan Byrne. Sorry, Alan. So, yeah.
This is hard, isn't it?
It is hard because I was just thinking, like, it's like, are we going to make changes? Probably not. He probably doesn't start Kamara and, goes back to Dara Crowley in the centre of midfield with Harry Nevin at right back. Like, it's
over. There's no point. It's initially there's no point. This game is pointless. It's like the last game of the season where you can't get relegated, you can't get promoted. We just are relegated. It's as simple as like.
It's like the Bohs game, like that second Bohs goal in 85 minutes. We're in, like, you're not in the game, but you have a chance of doing something, even getting an equaliser at that stage. Like that second goal, and it's just a throw-in. It's just a normal throw-in. Like, Just throw in. And I have no idea what Jaron Nash is talking about decisions and refereeing decisions going against it. I look back, I can't see what he's referring to. Maybe the third one, was a Rory Feely gets kind of, that's not a foul for me, you just have to be stronger, you know. But, like, Darragh Crowley just swiping at the ball with his left leg and misses it, like. And it breaks to Douglas James Taylor, and it's a great finish. But, you know, I was here 12 months ago saying we should be making a move for Douglas James Taylor.
Yeah.
Sure, we didn't have the money, you know, we have the fucking money, we just don't want to spend it on players, like, you know, so there we are.
I think it's clear as day now that money is an issue. It's like when it was said, oh, money's not a problem. It is a problem. That's clear as day now. Let's put that to bed now.
Money is an object, is it?
It's a problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, okay.
That's all.
One last thing, fair play to the Bohs commentator. Don't know his name. Try to find it out. He called us Cork City. Didn't do this Cork thing. He called us by our full name. So that was a good.
Lads, I'm feeling this pod's been so depressing. I'm feeling a bit like Jaron Nash now and probably regret signing my 3-year deal with TOTAP. Like, God almighty.
We'll happily leave you out of it. There's no problem.
I know, lads. Come on. That was just a figure of speech.
There's no bother. That
wasn't a verbal contract nor anything. I'm sticking on.
Let us know. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Fuck it. It's got to be some slog in the first division.
You can't win. It's just like, you know, it's just.
It's good fun. It's good fun, Declan. It is. It's good fun. The first division. I have to say that every Monday night just come on here and just. Yeah.
There's going to be some WWE talk when we're in the first division. I swear to Christ. Like, what else are we going to talk about? Come on.
That's just because the half of the stuff is wrestling anyway. Like, it's
can you imagine Athlone away, like, and we have to fucking talk about it? Like,
what you gonna do, Athlone, when Jaron Nash and the Rebel Army run wild on you? He'll have to go full promo mode, like, won't he?
Oh, that's who knows? Back to Friday night because we're definitely wobbling. No, we're running out of ideas.
We're strong, and it's ending like
it's
Friday night.
It's ending poorly. Go on, give us a score so for Friday night win. Like, this is the worst.
2-1 Waterford. 2-1 Waterford.
2-1 Waterford. Deck, you said 0-0 already.
Nil.
Stick with that.
0-0.
I'll go 1-1 and a red card in the game. For who? I don't know.
Well, we're doing a 9-5-5. It's probably a good time for it.
It probably is, but if we lose the game, we'll just be accused again of just doing thing. Like, there was nobody around Friday night, which I think was probably a good thing.
I am around Friday. I wasn't last Friday.
I wasn't around last Friday night either. I said I was dancing to Madonna in Crane Lane at 23 in the morning, which that's great. We might do one Friday night. Especially if we win. You know? And we can have a positive 9-5-5 when we're 7 points behind Sligo and they have a game at hand.
Let's go for it, lads. 9-5-5 live this Friday night. Win, lose or draw. Have at it.
Okay. We're committing to that win, lose or draw.
Unless we win 5-0, we won't do it just to boil the piss of all the people who think we're taking the piss.
Guys, just before we go, so I just want to double back to something that we spoke about earlier because somebody sent me something here and it's after been tweeted and things like that. So we're talking about the Bohs initiative and club support from Bohs, and I still believe and hope that will happen. But there was in one of the Forest emails that I can read out because I'm not a Forest member. I think it was July 11th, I think, if I remember, if my information is correct, that this email came out. But the board asked if any proceeds from the Cork City Palestine half and half scarves would benefit Palestinian charities. There are no direct proceeds from the sale of these. However, the club was working on an initiative with a Palestinian charity that fell through due to circumstances outside the club's control. Visa issues in brackets. They are still working with this group in the background to see what is possible. I'm not going to go into it. I'm just going to say that's nowhere near good enough.
Disgusting.
I didn't think that was anyway. Look, yeah. Of course, you need to buy 60 t-shirts from Bohs and give them to the women, the under 17s, the under 19s, and anybody else who can wear them because that is.
I really hope that's what you said. That's from July 11th. Deck. My only hope is that something's been done and sorted since, but obviously the club haven't been very vocal about it. So hopefully, by the time the podcast airs,
like those scarves were on sale. Am I right in thinking start of the season? Last season? I'm trying to remember.
Good while anyway.
They were
obviously,
definitely because
of July 11th. If Forrest asked them about it in the meeting,
there's a picture on the forum, and the new City jersey is there, right? So it's definitely been on sale this season at some stage.
Oh yeah.
Are they for sale now?
Don't know. They're not on the official club shop online anyway. I don't think.
Let me just check there because I want to see this.
I see the Ukraine ones and the Brazil and whatever, but
they're still there. So that either means they're sold out or they've been taken down. Be interesting.
Or were they ever on the online store, and were they just selling them in the physical store? Maybe.
Do you know what we'll do? And I'm not taking the high moral ground here, and I'm not trying to be the prick that I normally am. Just trying to do what's right. TOTAP will make a donation to Bohemians that they can pass on to their Palestinian charity partners in lieu of the club making donations from the sale of their Palestinian scarves. That's what I do.
Sounds good.
Do you need 3 votes for that, lads? We're a democracy here, after all, and you have my vote.
You have my vote.
Yeah, so there we go. We'll do that. As I said, I hope every club in this league buys 20 jerseys or 20 t-shirts from Bohemians, and everybody gets together and decides this is the weekend we're all going to wear them, and all 10 Premier Division clubs, and maybe the First Division clubs, all wear them on the same night while warming up pre-game. That would be my hope. Don't know will it happen. I doubt it will, but you never know. On that note, guys, I guess will we say adios?
Adios.
Sero miedo, amigos.
Adios.
Hey there, Toe Tapper. This podcast is sponsored by NordVPN, and we have a deal of a lifetime. So listen up. Are you still surfing the web with all your personal info hanging out? That's like going to Fountainstown with your Mickey dangling for all to see. But fear not, my digitally exposed friend. NordVPN is here to hide your pecker. With NordVPN, you can cloak your online presence faster than the club counts gate receipts. Say goodbye to those pesky ad trackers and hello to streaming shows from all over the globe. Want to watch a dodgy stream without it buffering? NordVPN might just make it happen. And hackers trying to steal your data? They'll have better luck finding Kimberly Mikado in the tea room. NordVPN's got more layers of security than the VIP section on match day. So what are you waiting for? Get NordVPN today and surf the web with style, security, and a sprinkle of quirkiness. Go to nordvpn.com/TOTAP for our exclusive deal. It's practically free. You miserable.